Starting in the name of Allah, the most merciful, mighty and gracious to all. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome to the class of business ethics. Today we are going to discuss the third lecture of business ethics. In this lecture, what we are going to cover, our first concern will be about the nature of morality. That what is basically morality. Then we will discuss the standards and the types of standards. And after that we will discuss the various ethical issues at various levels. There are total three types of levels, like corporate level, individual level and system level. So inshallah we will discuss all three major concerns in this lecture number 3. If you remember, in the last lecture we started the concept of ethics. I explained in detail that what is ethics. If you remember, I said to you that ethics is basically a set of moral principles, or simply we can say it is a set of values which is concerned with the rightness or wrongness, goodness or badness of human behavior, and which guides our conduct in relation to others. Simply stated, we explain that ethics is the discipline that examines one's moral standards or the moral standards of the society. Ethics, for example, refers to those standards. Standards simply mean the acceptable behavior, the human actions which are acceptable by the society. So that impose the reasonable obligations to refrain from like rape, stealing, like murder, like assault, like slander and the fraud. So ethical standards also include those that enjoin the virtues of honesty, like compassion and loyalty. Ethical standards include standards relating to rights such as the right to life, the right to freedom and the right to privacy, etc. According to a dictionary, the term ethics has a variety of different meanings. One of its meaning, it can be like ethics is the principles of conduct governing an individual or a group. We sometimes use the term personal ethics. For example, when referring to the rules by which an individual lives his or her personal life, we use the term accounting ethics as well, when referring to the code that guides the professional conduct of accountants. And the second and more important meaning of ethics, according to the dictionary, that is, ethics is simply the study study of morality, simply we can say. Ethics, person's concerns or individual concerns with the study of moral principles. Use the term ethics to refer preliminary to the study of morality. As I said to you, like just use, chemist uses the term chemistry to refer the study of properties of chemical substances. So although ethics deals with morality, it is not quite same as morality. As I told you that ethics is what? Ethics simply the study of morality. Simply stated, because tasu tawoma like sanga ci chemistry ke yaw chemist de aga physical substances study ke. So chemistry is a subject where a person, a chemist, study the physical properties of the substances. Same is the case, ethics is the study. अब what is the subject method ethics की मुंगा से study को, ethics की मुंगा morality study को. उस क्वेश्चन दल दादा दे चाहिए सर ethics के morality study कीगी, लेकिन morality दे सर. अब what is morality? Simply stated, morality refer to the human conducts. Conducts mean actions, which is what is right and what is wrong. मतलब simply stated, ethics is the study of morality. Morality is the study of rightness and wrongness of an action. So it means morality is simply the subject matter of your ethics. Yeah, in other words, ethics ki munga basically study ko, ethics ki munga as a subject morality study ko. The core of the ethics is morality, and morality is the study of rightness and wrongness of the human behavior. Now, ethics is simply a kind of investigation that includes both the activity of investigating as well as the results of that investigation, whereas morality is the subject matter that ethics investigates. Already I told you. Also, ethics is normative study of morals. Already we have discussed in the last lecture. The social sciences engages in a descriptive study of ethics. Other fields such as the social sciences also study ethics, but they do descriptive as well, not normatively. Now that is that they explain the word but without reaching conclusion about whatever ought or to be the way it is. So ethics itself, on the other hand, being normative, attempt to determine whether or not standards are to be correct. As I told you, that ethics is what? Ethics is simply, that is the study of some principles, some rules, some values, and that rules, values leads to morality, and morality is simply the study of rightness and wrongness of human behavior. It simply, we can say that it describes the people we consider good and we consider their actions as a right action. So simply we can say that morality can be defined as the standards that an individual or group has about what is right and what is wrong, or about what is good and what is evil. So now we can say morality is actually a complex concept and philosophical beliefs by which an individual determines whether his or her actions are right or wrong. Often these concepts and beliefs are generalized and codified in a culture or a group, and thus serve to regulate the behavior of its member. Conformity to such codification is called morality, and the group may depend on widespread conformity to such codes of its continued existence. So, a moral may refer to a particular principle, a specified rule, a specified value, a specified consent, usually as informal and general summary of a moral principle as applied in a given human situation. Simply stated, whatever I have explained in English, Zabtasula simply आसान होने explain कमा कि morality से दे morality बहुत सारा से standards थी. Morality are some standards, और standards से तो वही standards वही some actions था, some behaviors था. यो दासी standards, यो दासी behavior, acceptable behaviors which are acceptable within a society. उस दा group behavior हम की देशी और दा individual behavior हम की देशी. Is it? So ethics से दे ethics is the study of standards. Is it? Those standards which are acceptably, those behaviors which are acceptably accepted by your society. So ethics की मुंगा से कहो, ethics की मुंगा human action study कहो about right or wrong. Another concept I have explained in this slide, you can study there. Chukura, ethics से दे ethics is a subject. Is it? Ethics is a field. Ethics is a science. Ethics is a concept. Up in this field, we study what? We study morality. As I told you, morality today, morality are your acceptable behavior, or acceptable behavior means acceptable actions by the society. Now, under these acceptable behaviors of society of humans, we basically study the human behaviors, the human actions, the people actions, the people behaviors. And under this behavior, we study the rightness and wrongness, matlab goodness and badness of an action. Let's suppose an action, we study an action's rightness or wrongness. If an action is a right action, so morally that is good. So morally some action is good, ethically it is correct. If an action is wrong, so we can say morally it is not good. So that action is an unethical action. Simply stated, always tell a truth. हमेशा सच वही, दरोग म वही, या helping other people. बल्चा for example कोमक कोई. अब this action, this is a human action. Helping to others, या helping other people, या tell the truth. That is a human behavior. It's a human action. अब it's a right action. So when it is a right action, so it means morally it is good. So when morally this action is good, simply stated, this action is ethically a right action. So therefore we say that ethics is the study of morality. In morality we study the human behavior, the human action, and in action we study the nature of the rightness and wrongness. So therefore we can simply say ethics is basically the study of morality. Before starting the next slide, let me give you a very simple idea. If तासो उस हम मतलब दे बारा की confuse है, now let me explain very simply. Gura ethics चिकम दे, that basically society oriented दे. या simple अल्फाज के, ethics is the society orientation, while morality से दे, morality तासो individual orientation दे. Like suppose orientation मतलब thinking. Ethics तासो society thinking दे, morality तासो individual thinking है. Simply stated, सादा अल्फाज के explain को. मतलब जवाय मैं suppose कि smoking is not good. अब this is my personal thinking, this is my individual personal orientation, that smoking is not good. Is it? उस जहम दा सोच को मां कि smoking is not good, बल नफरम दा सोच कि smoking is not good, द्रेम नफरम दा सोच कि smoking is not good. That's for example overall society दा सोच कि smoking is not good. So it means morality से जे individual thinking दे और ethics चे दे दा दे समाज social thinking दे. No overall society दा वही चे smoking is not good. सही हुआ? नो ज़का माता सोए चे ethics से दे, ethics basically या समाज कम दे, समाज मुंगता दा वही चे human actions समाज oriented कम यो सही दी कम यो गलत थी. मतलब society will decide that which actions clear are good or right. That is basically the ethics, the aggregate study of rightness and wrongness. और चे कल मुंगा individual study guru about right and wrong, that is called morality. तो दल माता तो और कोटे को ने यो description निकले दे चे ethics society orientation तो वही और morality चे कम दे दास तासो personal individual orientation तो वही. Hope inshallah now a bit idea will be clear. Now when we are talking about morality, as I told you, morality morality is basically the standard. Namusra dwarakam standards. Yaw de moral standards, acceptable behaviors, or wal de non-moral standards. Is it? Daham acceptable behaviors. Lekin dui ki farak se. What is the difference? Gura moral standards are standards the way che kam der zyad serious consequences lagi. Consequences mean results. Moral standards are those standards which are seriously acceptable by the people. Norm sadal paski. Da aga standards zi, da aga actions zi, da aga truth zi, da aga behaviors zi de khalko ka if munge follow ko, so very well done. Ka if munge na follow ko, so it has a serious results. S-E-R-I-O-U-S, that's the R-I-O-U-S, serious. While non-moral standards से दा हम से standards दी, दा हम से behaviors दी, से actions दी खल लेकिन दा से actions दी का if मुंगे follow को, if we will follow, well and good. If we don't follow, so doesn't matter. They take serious results नष्ट दे, they take consequences नष्ट दे. सही हुआ? Hope idea will be clear. Moral standards से moral standards का मुंगे follow को नो डेरा का खबर अदा कर, नहीं follow को नो हाथ मन नुकसान दे. Individual ता हम नुकसान दे, society ता हम नुकसान दे. While चिकला मुंग non-moral standards खबर को नो दा हम standards दी का we follow well and good, का नहीं follow को नो दूरा serious harm से नष्ट दी. Now let me explain this slide in the next concern. What are moral standards? Moral standards, these are the concerned behaviors. As I told you, that's the behaviors mean standards, actions. That is of serious consequences. They results say consequences mean results to human welfare. It can injure or benefit people like matlab, as I told you, kada follow kai no dei sara sexual gata ka nahi follow kai no thawan de. Up for example stealing, chur kawal, ghla kawal. अब stealing is what? Stealing मतलब यो कस चे चूर कई, no definitely बल कस ला नुकसान वर कई. Lying, दरोग वल, सही शो? दरोग वही हो, बल कस ला नुकसान, even मजाक का नुकसान है. Murdering, murder को, कत्ल को, helping injured person and helping needy people, needy person. No, that whole मुंगा moral standards. Like for example, respect the ladies. Is it? Respect the elders. Pray 5 times a day. That whole mungsara moral standards. Kagora pray 5 times a day. Mungda naku. Is it? Believe in God. Kamungda naku. No biasa de biya definitely mungta nuksan de. So that is simply known as your moral standard. Yaw de baraks kam de aga non-moral standards. By the name it is clear, those standards which are not of the moral nature are known as your non-moral standard. Yeah, in other words, we can say non-moral standards are what falls out the sphere of moral concerns. मतलब कम चिता सो moral concerns दायरा की नाजी. This sphere in दायरा, that boundary is known as your non-moral standard. Yeah, in other words, we can say the standards, those conducts or actions or behavior which is not of serious consequences. For example, उस क्लास के योगा चिता कल रखे और कल पिक. Is it? उस खुदा ची कॉल पिक न की बाहर लड़की इजाज़त वाली और कॉल पिक की. लेकिन का क्लास की कॉल पिक doesn't matter. Not a serious consequences. If for example I am delivering the lecture, is it? And ma pata da daga chide, for example the organization chide agi daga saatale de agi dress na da saatale, not a specified dress. सही हुआ. So formal dress नश्ते दे. उसका जितना सुला for informal जम्मू की हम teaching को doesn't matter. हाँ का if I follow well and good का नहीं follow को doesn't matter. का let's suppose the class ता रालमा और the class की तासु ता दा ना वया let's suppose how are you and direct lecture start kama. Is it? Cause why am how are you well and good? Ha khabar da. You born Georgie. Can no why am or direct lecture start kama bya hum well and good. Matlab che next kas chede agi ta tawan pake nashta. No sak da way che non moral standards ka follow shi no dera ka khabar da ka follow nashi, so doesn't matter. So now look at here. There are some examples. Wearing shorts to a formal dinner party is non-moral. Coming informal dress to office is also non-moral here. Attending class during meetings is also a non-moral standard. And saying how are you to your colleague is also a non-moral act. Hope inshallah a bit idea will be clear. So moral or non-moral ke se farak de. Now we have the next slide. Now already we have discussed ethics, we have discussed moral. Now we are going to discuss business ethics. So us business ethics hai. Up look at here, there are two terminologies, there are two terms. One is business and one is ethics. Already we have discussed ethics. So ethics is the way. Ethics simply the study of human actions about right and wrong. मतलब ethics की मुंगा खल को morality study को या ethics की मुंगा द खल को खा और bad actions चिकम दी behavior चिकम दी अगर study को उस now apply this ethics in business, the study of right or wrong about the human conduct in the context of business. Such study is known as your business ethics. Simply stated, che खल को खगड़ा और बदवाल है in the context of business या business के द खल को कम यो actions खकी देशी और द खल को कम यो actions बद की देशी, that is simply known as business ethics. Like I suppose I would like to give an example. माँ यो कस सारा promise करे जे ज़िबता था on time delivery को. अब this promise or I keeping clear a promise with the person that I will clear deliver the product clear well on time. It is known as an ethical action. So that concern with the business ethics. Us being as an HR manager, I'm going to hire the people clear on the merit base. It is known as again an ethical clear action. शोर ना करो बच्चे, शोर ना करो. So therefore we can say that every action, the right or wrong in the context of the business is known as your business ethics. So business ethics that's a juda case. Business ethics simply means ethics, the study of right or wrong in the atmosphere of business. چې کم یو کارونه صحیح دي او کم یو کارونه غلط دي in the business, that is simply known as your business ethics. Is it? Like for example, زه وایم چې in the organization, in a working place, یو نفر دی زما کولیګ دی هغه یو idea present کوي and I'm copying this idea and presenting this idea, clear, his idea by my name. This is an unethical activity. So that is clear, an unethical activity in the context of business. Now business ethics ke munga human right or wrong actions study ko. So now the definition can be that business ethics, we mean the study of wrong and right, matlab good or bad human conduct in the context of business. Context mean in the atmosphere of business. Examples medically, would it be right for a store manager to break a promise to a customer and sell some hard to find merchandise to someone else? Same, would it be right not to hire a person on the basis of religion, color, nationality, promoting a person purely on his competencies? मतलब چې یو کس ته مونږ پرمختګ ورکو لیکن پرمختګ چې دی دا هغې ته مونږ په خپل کمپیټنسي بیس باندې سکیل بیس باندې ورکو په نیپوټیزم بیس باندې نه ورکو. لایک سپوز I'm Pathan, is it? So I'm only the Pathan people, I'm only promoting the Pathan people inside the organization, is it? I'm Pakistani and I'm only promoting the Pakistani individual employees inside the organization. It means that I'm not promoting parmakhtag the employees on the basis of skills, but that is on the basis of nepotism. That's it, da yo ghalata activity da. Halanki bayt pakar da de che when I am promoting the people, so promotion must be on the basis of skills. چې باید دا ټیلنټ باندې سکلز باندې پروموټ شي. په نیپوټیزم په اقربا پروری یا نسل پرستی بیس باندې پروموشن پرمختګ ملاو نشي. Is it? So these are the different activities, clear, business concerns, business ethics. Kura from the business context point of view sara moral standards ki deshi, whether products are harmful or helpful. آیا یو ارګنایزیشن چې کوم دی هغه یو پروډکټ جوړ کړی دی آیا دا پروډکټ چې دی د خلکو له ګټه رسوي که نه دا نقصان رسوي دا مضر دی. Is it? Simply stated, working conditions are safe or dangerous. Whatever the employees, they are working in an organization, their working condition where they are working, either they are safe in their working condition or either for example they are full of threat. मतलब अगोई तो security शता दा, job security शता दा, life security शता दा, condition security शता दा, कन्नश शता दा. Second, personnel procedures biased or fair. Personnel procedures simply means like let's suppose अर्जियाबी performance evaluation. आया performance evaluation पर सही basis माने रवाना दा. Is it biased or fair? मतलब is it fair or unfair? Biased, clear, simply means unfair. Next is privacy respected or violated. आया employee privacy चिकम दा. मतलब employee data shouldn't be disclosed with the other employees. No, आया employee data protect कीगी करना आगे violation कीगी का rules violation कीगी आगे law violation कीगी. Like for example we have the female inside the organization and definitely clear the management has the data relevant to the female. So females management must protect the relevant data to the relevant female. So they must protect the privacy of the females in the organization. So that told Siddhi, from the business point of view, all these are simply known as some standards. Say what these are known as your moral standards. Asal ke standards Siddhi standards simply values di. Che kam yo sis tamunga der ziyat value worko it becomes our standard. Like as tasu tawayama che I want to I value my customers. Ma de para zama che kam mushtari de agar der ziyat mohima de. No ro da value che kam da it becomes my standard. Zuwayama ladies first. Is it? It is my, for example, value. The value it becomes my standard. No, that's it. The automatically is my standard. George. Hope inshallah a bit idea will be clear. Now we have the last concern, that is ethical issues in business. Ab ethical issues in business. This question matlab se. This slide matlab hadaf se. Let me first explain. Da way, che the ethics che kam di, say shwa khawbad. دا باید چې دا مونږ په درې لیولو باندې اپلای کو چې کله په درې لیولو باندې اپلای شوله اتوماتیکلی ایوریویر کلیر دیر ویل بی ایتھکس هر یو چیز چې دا به خپله ایتیکلی صحیح شي هغه درې لیول کم یو دی ون دی ستاسو سیسټمیټیک لیول سیکنډ دی ستاسو کارپوریټ لیول او دریم دی ستاسو انډیویجوال لیول صحیح شو چې کله په انډیویجوال لیول په نفر لیول انفرادي لیول کله په کارپوریټ په کمپنی لیول او کله په اوورال سیستم لیول صحیح ولا انوایرنمنټل لیول کې تاسو ایتھیک اپلای شي there will be ethics clear everywhere. اوس دا سیستمیټیک ایشو وایي څه ګوره Systematic issue simply means कि अगर सिस्टम च कम के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कार कई गुरा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन दो रकम सिस्टम की कार कई इन्वायरमेंट की कार कई या इंटरनल इन्वायरमेंट थे या एक्सटर्नल इन्वायरमेंट थे सही हुआ that come the mostly corporate issue and individual issue. These are basically concerned with your internal environment, while system basically concerned mostly with your external environment. Ab external environment contain multiple forces like the economic force, like the political force, the legal force, and the other societal systems, the social system within which business operate. Ab dekhe kam concepts ki deshi. It can include the morality about the capitalism of the laws, definitely regulations, the industrial structures, and the societal or social practices within which international business operates. Now let me explain the systematic level or the system level in detail. जब कोशिश कमा चे देखी तासुला political, legal और capital system चे कम दे दा टोल तासुला या societal social system चे दे आज तासुला तशरीह कमा गुरा these are basically the top level issues relating to the world as a whole, which deals with questions such as the morality of child labor worldwide. उस child labor चे कम दे दा basically your legal issue दे, this वाला legal concern दे. Deeper level societal issues might include the role of capitalism in poverty. For example, like most companies that they don't operate this level of ethics. Also some companies as well, like Tom Shoes वगैरह चे कम company वा. Tom Shoes feel it is either their responsibility to ensure everyone has shoes to wear. As a result, their 1-for-1 program gives one pair of shoes to someone in need for every pair of shoes या purchased. So concerns for the environment. अब उस दाच कम दे environmental protection या environmental law wise, societal law wise खबर है. For example, would be another way of company can focus on societal level issues. This level of ethics involves areas of emotional intelligence, specifically an individual's empathy and social awareness. Many companies take a stand on societal ethics in a part of marketing, but also in a part because of the ethics the organization creates or generates due to the care and concern of individuals. No, simply stated, systematic issue se wahi systematic issue da wahi che aya organization already system issue hum mata sul explain ko, societal issue, legal issue hum mata sul explain ko. Dena ilawa we have take a political issue. Political issue means che aya demonstrations वगैरह कम चे protest थी. No aya da protest properly legally verified थी. Are they objective चिता शरो फसाद दे पारा को न दे आया organization सिर्फ propaganda दे पारा को दा demonstration न कई वाले चिता marketing strategy दी बल pinpoint कवल बल organization न नुकसान न सवाल देना अलावा economic condition मतलब simply दा दे चे उस let's suppose economic की recession रवान दे recession तासु टूलो तो पता दा economics की तासु वेले दे चे recession किसे दे हर सचे दे हर सर down हुई prices are down, demands are down, each and everything जॉबुना पकी नहीं सही हुआ unemployment पकी सेवाई नो आया उस दे condition के organization सो की prices high charge की prices low charge की सही हुआ जॉबुना संग create की नो that told ethical concern दी and all these comes under your systematic issue, system wise issues. Next we have the corporate issue. उसको रही corporate issue सो वही that was like पास कमा इतना सो तो visible शी. Now we have corporate issue. By the name corporate issue. Corporate issue से देख corporate issue mean organizational level. मतलब देखे organization internal environment हम राशि, देखे internal policies हम राशि, देखे stakeholders हम राशि. सही शुरा. No अगोई relevant चीज़ ethical applicability that it comes under your corporate issue. Now question arose about a particular company. These include questions about the morality of the activities like policies, organizational policies, internal policies, practices, or organizational structure of an individual company taken as a whole. Like suppose your organization policy that they have or they spent more time with the organization. मतलब अगर individuals अगर employees चा organization सरा company सरा देर ज़्यादा वक्त देर करे दे मतलब 10 years, 13 years, 15 years. No organization अगोला बो promotion work है. अब that is a policy. अब ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चिकला हम खलकुला प्रमोशन वर्क नो बाय चखपला पॉलिसी मेंटेन उसाती इज इट या देयर शुडंट बी नेपोटिज्म क्लियर इन द पॉलिसी मतलब हर दीना अलावा दकी चकम दे नो स्टेक होल्डर इशू हम राशि अब स्टेक होल्डर that is the main important clear part of the organization. So we can say that a stakeholder is anyone affected by a company's action in this level. So business or company or corporate must deal with the policies that affect their customers, employees, suppliers, people within the community. The all stakeholders see. That whole chikam de say customers, employees, suppliers, community, society. That whole stakeholders tarashi. You example bata sula da darkama. Suppose at this level might deal with fairness in wages for employees or notification of the potential dangers or threats of a company's product. For example, sanga chilaka McDonald's ki show. McDonald's was sued in 2010 because the lure of Happy Meal toys were set to encourage children to eat unhealthy food. This was basically the McDonald's issue, and since it affects the customer. Now, dina ilawa corporate issue ke yaw internal policy hum ki deshi. Policies ki dana razi shuru ki I told you jide ke policies ki different cases raatleshi. So now internal policy issues also comes under this level. In this level, the concern is internal relationships between a company and employees. Fairness in management, pay and employee participation would all be considered ethical internal policy issues. Like for example, if we work in a management at some point in our careers, this is certainly an area we will have extensive control over. Creation of policies that relate to the treatment of employees relates to human relations as well, and retention of those employees through fair treatment. So in this regard, we can say that organization best interest should be to create policies around internal policies that like equal pay wage act chikam de matlab male or female che de aga dwada chikam de aga dwada labo equal pay milavi. Suppose yani ma sara yo vacancy khali da, I have a vacant position, sahi hua ab de para I have definitely start clear a pay de para I have define a pay, your salary your march mein define kareda us daga chikam march de aya padi mane zaka yo male hire koma aya ka jo female hire koma. For this vacant position, either I am hiring a male, either I am hiring a female. I should give clear equal pay to the equal pay to the male as well as to the female. It doesn't mean that if I am hiring the male, so I have to give more pay to the male, and on the same designation if I am hiring the female, so I should give the less pay to the female. No, there is a proper law, we have a proper policy, we have a proper practice, equal pay or compensation act, male or female equally treat she. So all these are the ethical issues at the corporate level. The next level, that is the individual level. उस इंफरादी इंडिविजुअल लेवल माने एथिक्स बसंगा अप्लाई कीगी दा खुदेरा कॉमन होने खबर है चुकुरा इंडिविजुअल लेवल माने मुंगा एथिक्स अप्लाई को मतलब पखपल पर्सनल लेवल माने मुंगा एथिक्स अप्लाई को गुरा मतलब जमा खपल एक्शंस जिस सोरा एथिकली साउंड यमा. So these are the question about a particular individual level within the organization, about their behaviors and about their decisions. These include questions about the morality of decisions, morality of actions, morality of character of an individual. Simply stated, gura sada alfaz ke zabata sula da explain kama कि इंडिविजुअल लेवल मतलब दा दे कि आया हर यो इंसान चिकम दे हर यो एम्प्लॉय चिकम दे आगा इनफरादी तौर पे सिंगल तौर पे आगा खपल करेक्टर सोरा स्ट्रॉन्ग कवलेशी आगा खपल जान के सोरा ऑनेस्टी रावस्तेशी सही शुला एट द इंडिविजुअल लेवल सही शुला आगे एक्शंस चदे आगा खल कुल सोरा गटर रसवलेशी इवन आगे लका यो मैनेजर दे आगे डिसीजन चिकम दे आगा सोरा इफेक्ट जुड़ी देशी like for example जब यो सिनेरियो सर तासुला क्लियर कम it will make your idea more clear. Suppose जमुन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डाउनफॉल के रवान दे इज इट डाउनफॉल मतलब दा दे कि वी आर इन द रिसेशन फॉर्म या वी आर इन द रिटेंशन फॉर्म. फॉर एग्जांपल मतलब जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रो का रवाना दा सही पूरा डाउन रवाना दा उस बात ची मुंगा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ना खलक स्पेल आउट को ची मुंगा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ना खलक डिलीट को बेहतर दादा ची मैनेजर यो दा डिसीजन वाली ची हर यो एम्प्लॉय ची दे अगेन अबाउट 10% द लास्ट लेवल ऑफ एथिक्स दे. सो देयरफॉर दिस लास्ट लेवल ऑफ एथिक्स इश्यूज इज बेसिकली कम टू द personal issues. These are personal issues. These deal with how we treat others within our organization. For example, gossiping at work or taking credit of another's work would be considered personal issues. Da huma tasla shuru ke veche balcha ideas baqbal num mane present kamanu da ethically khabar another. As an employee of an organization, we may not have much control over societal and stakeholder issues, but certainly we have definitely control over the individual or personal level issues. These deal with how we treat others within the organization. For example, like څنګه چې ماستا سوې چې gossiping at workplace. صحیح شو؟ As an employee of an organization, we may have a control over these issues. But certainly we have control over this issue. मतलब other issues माने हम control नहीं करें खो पद्धति माने मुंगा कवले चुप. So therefore, this includes doing the right things. Doing the right things affect clear the human relations. In that, if we are shown to trustworthy when making ethical decision, it is more likely we can to be promoted, or at the very last, earn respect from our colleagues as well. So therefore, without this respect, our human relation with co-workers or colleagues can be impacted definitely negatively. نو ځکه دا پکار دی چې باید یو انډیویډوال چې کوم دی هغه خپل کار چې کوم دی هغه ایماندارۍ سره وکړي، ارګنایزیشن سره لویل اوسي، ګول چې دی هغه ډیفاین کی، کنټریبیوشن وکړي، ایون مینجمنٹ چې دی هغه امپلوی سره کنټریبیوشن وکړي. لکه زما چې کوم کار دی سچوله زما چې کوم ریسپانسیبিলিټي ده، ګوره دا لیکچر زما ریسپانسیبিলিټي ده. اوس که زه تاسو له مکمل انګلیش کې کنټریبیوټ کوم نو ماته پته ده چې زما سټوډنټان په نه پوهیږي. اب ایتیکلی زه څه کوم؟ دا ګوره ایتیکلی دی چې زه هر یو پوینټ تاسو د پر ایگزامپل او پښتو کې هم ایکسپلین کوم. د ریزن از بیکاز مای کنسنټریشن آر زما ایکشن څه دی چې زما سټوډنټس نه لرن کی. آسه بکس ډکتی، انټرنیټ ډکته، लेकिन लेक्चर हदफ से दे that my students should learn something. अब it means I am fulfilling at the individual level my responsibility. So that comes under your individual level ethics. نو ځکه دا وایي چې ethics چې کوم دی هغه different levels باندې operate شي. که آیا هغه individual level باندې operate شي، هغه corporate level organization level باندې operate شي، او